welcome back to Chris TV. My guest this week is Peter Garner from Microsoft. He's the OEM and sales lead for Microsoft Teams Rooms. Thanks for joining us, Peter.
Thanks, Stuart. Great to be here.
So how has the COVID experience changed your world and Microsoft Teams and its acceptance and I guess its usage and the feedback, right?
Yeah, it's certainly been an extraordinary time to be in the technology industry. And I think what we're seeing right now is a fundamental change in the way organizations think about work. And then that's translating to a big change in people's habits, huge increase in the way that users and organizations are embracing technology. We actually haven't done a publish of our usage stats for a couple of months now. In April, which was the last time we did a big disclosure, Teams usage had gone to 75 million users worldwide. That was up from 44 million just a few months prior. And then, as well as the number of users going through the roof, also the amount of sort of the intensity of usage has changed. So we had 4.1 billion minutes of Teams meetings happen on a single day in April.
When everybody first went home in a mad rush in March and what was going to happen with the world, you would expect this mass disconnect between employees and their bosses and projects. But actually what's really happened is in our team and friends who I speak to and whatever, they've never spoken to their bosses or their colleagues more than when they have been at home on Teams. What does it say about, I guess, the tools and people?
Well, I think one thing that we've learned is that groups of people can adopt technology a lot faster than I think the whole of the technology industry and our customers imagined. If the circumstances are there and the need is there, then people will embrace the technology. So I think that's definitely one thing. We've seen customers go from zero to fully deployed on Teams in the course of a week. And that because it's a huge change, they brace themselves for a kind of a deluge of support requests. And actually, those deployments went really seamlessly, and users love the technology. The device piece here is just critical, and particularly when we're starting to return to the workplace.
Yep.
So. One thing we've noticed is that during the work from home period, people got used to that rich video experience. Australians did really well in terms of adoption of video technology, had one of the highest usage of video within Teams calls that we saw globally. And, that kind of rich interaction became the norm. And now as we go into back to the workplace, we really need to make sure as an industry that the technology exists in meeting rooms for users to be able to carry on that experience.
Yes, because the reality is when people come back to work, the meeting room itself may change in terms of space and how many people and whatever. So the footprint might change. But the ability to keep people at home as connected with the people who are in the office, it now has to be, as you just said, that rich experience they're used to, right? And people won't take a step back. It's only going to be productive if I'm sitting at home and I can feel like I'm in the same room as everybody else who's back in the office. Flex is now a significant part of Crestron's business here in ANZ, but there is a definite hunger amongst AV partners to either become Microsoft certified in some way or increase their skill set. And I think that's, given the volume and the digitization, the acceleration of digitization, I think that's only good for everybody.
Now, we certainly welcome all of those partnerships. We recently did a Teams Rooms technical training. It was a global training, and there were more people who participated in that from Australia than from anywhere else in the world. Even giant markets like the US and the UK, which it's great to see. There's everybody is kind of coming together to work out how to deliver great Teams meeting outcomes to customers and sort of bring that hybrid workplace vision to life. And actually, now is the best time there could possibly be because there's less people in offices, and you actually have the ability, while facilities are being utilized in a much lighter way than previously.
This is the time to do a proof of concept when there's not so many people in the office. Make sure it's bedded in, get it right, and then start to bring people in and then expand it out from then. This is the right time. This is the window.
If you think about the role of devices, you can have the team service could be working perfectly, but if you don't have the devices to bring that to life for the user, then they could be straining to hear their colleagues, straining to be heard all day long. That's hugely more taxing than if they're having a consistent high quality experience.
Peter, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I've really enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for today, Stu.
No worries. Thanks to everybody, and see you again next time on Crest TV.